Alright, hello everyone, Busy Gamer Dad back again, picking up where we left off with our triangle strategy game. We had a narrative episode basically yesterday, talked about some promotions and upgrades for our group, and we got a new character. And now we're going to be going back into the gauntlet of side stories and things like that. So come along with me on the journey of plot filling and potentially getting new characters, because it looks like we might get someone else. But here, before we get into it, we're going to do our dad joke. What do runners eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. There you go. Alright, jumping into the side stories here. In the halls of Hyzanth's Ministry of Magic, a young apothecary worries about her fate. Oh, worries about the fate of her patients. Oh, that's nice. She's concerned. She's a good doctor, good nurse, good caregiver. We do need more healers.
It's an emergency. We have 2 patients. Both with extraordinary fevers. The Rozellan is unresponsive.
Well, I can't tend to both unless you can give me 2 more pairs of arms.
Oh,
Let me help. I've just completed my training and I'll do whatever it takes to save them.
Are there no real doctors left? Fine, come. We're losing precious time.
Ministry official, not even a doctor.
Leave the Rozellan. We must prioritize the believer.
Oh dear.
As you wish.
But the Rozellan will die unless we do something.
Do they not teach the order of things in school these days?
So what if they do?
Oh
What
dear.
does the order of things have to do with saving lives?
Order of things. See how it's capitalized? That means it's actually something that you are supposed to be learning. Order of things. Like, put parentheses around that whole statement. That there is a derived thought process on how they should be giving care. And they are prioritizing the believers over the Rozellian.
Not all lives are weighted the same. You would do well
See?
to remember that.
It's a very good narrative. That's a really interesting plot
Quickly,
device.
Medina, these people are dying as we bicker.
Looks like the Rozellian did pass.
I couldn't save him.
Yeah.
Orders or not, I was the one following them. It's all my fault.
That's a heavy burden.
Where are you going? Medina!
Let's see if Medina comes back to us. Because we don't really care. We don't see race. We don't see
I beg
gender.
your pardon, Lord
Let me get this
Serenoa,
off the screen
but
for
a
us
doctor
here.
from the ministry requests an audience.
My name is Medina. I've heard much about your house and simply had to see it for myself.
What insolence is this? Stand down. Pray tell, what brings you before me?
I was gonna say, she came in like guns blazing. Like, no bowing, no
It is said House
forethought.
Wolfert possesses a relic known as the Scales of Conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Is this true?
It is. We turn to the scales for guidance in times of trouble.
Then I wonder if they might guide me forward as well.
Oh.
I had a crisis of confidence. A man was counting on me to save his life, and I let him die. I cannot let this happen again. I wish to save all the lives I can, regardless of country or creed. Pray grant me the chance to consult the scales, that I might walk the righteous path.
It's not how that works.
The scales are merely a tool to an end. They are not a magical window into the future. When decisions
see?
must be made, all in this house have a say. We choose as best we're able and strive to ensure we chose wisely.
You mean you strive not to regret your decision?
That is all one can do. Forgive me if this is not the answer you sought.
That's a very interesting way to put the function of the scales, that they are in fact
Then
something
would
as
House
a
Wolfert
tool,
aid if
just
I
to
offered it,
help
my
make the
lord?
decision, but then abiding by that decision is your own conviction.
If you would serve as a physician, that would be a boon. For we fear the war is far from over.
Oh dear.
I would be honored, my lord. I would see what I could do to rewrite the order of things.
Yeah, see. Okay.
Then let us walk the path together.
I am at your service, my
We got
lord.
another party member. So that tells me that yet again, in our last episode, I promoted people and did upgrades prematurely. Fabulous. Awesome. Well, what does Medina do? Medicine, Medina. Very interesting. Expert in healing items. Increase the potency of healing items. Can use items twice in the same turn. Wow. So only healing items, or like a healing and a an attack item? Because that would be huge. Because I was often wondering, like, we had those when we did the fight with Avlora, we did that under the use of like the spices that we threw at her and buffed us. Like, we reduced her attack basically by half. Erebor relaxes in the encampment when Huet comes to join him. The question. Oh, this is probably after he did the sandbag thing from our last episode. Did all the work in the sandbag.
Seems
wall.
as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
Oh well.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolford for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times.
A cup of
and the
coffee
bad.
today. Well, actually, I shouldn't lie to you guys. This is just hot chocolate. I have only one cup of coffee every day, and that's
See,
usually in
now
the
you
mornings.
won't believe
If
the
I
stories of what we got up to in our tender years.
really need another cup of coffee, I wait until midday.
Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me.
Flashback within a story. Several days ago. All right.
Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Wonder why. There must be a symbolic
Life
flower
always finds a way to
or
flourish.
herb.
I am certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Wonder why.
Of course.
And her bird's name is Flugy. I didn't know that. Now we know the bird's name is Flugy. This is an interesting name.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing. If it were anyone else asking.
Uh-huh.
However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that
True.
when a snowbell blooms,
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
Oh dear.
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle them carelessly.
Oh dear.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
Mm-hmm.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
Yeah.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days.
This is Erebor's way of just getting you to give him some
I recall
beer.
Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Oh dear.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
All right.
In other words, a trek and a half from here.
Sorry, I paused because my son has got a fidget spinner and it's coming through on the audio. Hopefully you don't mind. Made the decision to let him play. Let him have his fun. All right. Whittling through them. Whittling them down. And then here we are.
A whole day of hunting, and this is all I have to show for it. Wanted to give Lord Serenoa something meaty for once.
A deer is no easy prey. You are a skilled hunter.
One deer to your 3 boar? It's plain who the better of us is. I don't reckon you let a single one escape. Could be hunting is your true calling.
Perhaps. Before I was knighted, I was keeper of the Hawk's Roost. And besides, I come from a long line of hunters.
That's so.
Yeah.
And what drove you to fight men for a living?
Lenbrook put out a call for Hawk Riders, that they might challenge S. Frost's aerial superiority. I answered that call.
I wonder what they might have hawks as well.
My training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But I won a position in the Kingsguard, where I petitioned to serve Prince Roland personally.
Seeing you in action, I'm sure you could have made a fine commander. Yet you stuck by the prince's side.
Yes, I did.
What's this? Oh, 3 years ago. Okay, so this is we found out why Huette chose to be by the prince. Okay.
Flugy has yet to return. I hope he isn't in danger.
What's this then?
A brigand.
Traveler out here all alone, huh? And in sore need of protection by my reckoning. Hand over your coin purse and maybe we can reach an arrangement.
You just pulled that club out of nowhere.
Here? How could I be so careless?
I'd advise against running. Ain't nowhere for you to go. Enough!
I was gonna say, does Roland just kill a man?
Hurt?
I'm fine, thanks to you. Had you not showed up when you did, I could have ended up dead. You have my gratitude.
Wonder if this is before she was actually, like, fully trained.
Is that your hawk? It guided me here. I was in the middle of a hunt, but your bird cried out as if calling to me. Thank heavens I did not loose that arrow. I've never known hawks could be so wise.
His name is Flugy, and he's more than my hawk. He's my closest companion.
Nice.
The bandits are growing more bold by the day. It is best you returned home.
Wait!
What?
I have scarce little to give in the way of coin, but still, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Yeah.
Think nothing of it. It is the royal family's duty to protect our subjects.
Royal...
Just dropping that like it's no big deal.
You're Prince Roland. Forgive me, Your Highness.
There's no need for all that stuffy formality. May we meet again soon.
Yes, Your Highness.
Oh my. Yeah, just throwing that in there out of nowhere. Oh yeah, this is the royal family's duty. Okay, bye.
That was my first meeting with the prince. He saved my life, and for that, I shall be forever in his debt. I could settle for no less than the Kingsguard.
So she has a good driving force for it. It's a nice little backstory. She feels indebted to the king. Let's keep on going through with Gila now. Seems like there's one for everybody, which is great.
Greetings. Were you training outside?
Not today. Even I stay away from the proving grounds on occasion.
Oh, good.
The members of the King's Guard must keep themselves in prime fighting shape. That includes resting when our bodies are weary.
A wise policy. The handmaidens of Esfrost adhere to a similar principle. With clear eyes, we see, we serve, we anticipate.
Interesting. Although our tools are different, we're alike in our aims.
Indeed. We must be the pillars our charges turn to in times of need. Even so, we are only human. If I may ask in confidence, do you ever find it trying to serve Prince Roland?
He runs off on his own all the
Is he
time.
ever unreasonable? Have you ever found your patience tested?
No, never. It is an honor to serve, always.
Honor to serve,
It is an
always.
odd question to ask. But I must confess I find it hard to imagine what it is like to serve in a society such as Esfrost's.
As do I, although I lived through it. It all feels as if it were so long ago.
You're not one for speaking plain, are you? But I suspect we may have much in common. I'm curious to hear your story, if you are willing to share it.
So backstory for Gila. Okay, cool. I am kind of interested.
Of course. I made a promise to myself long ago to effect change through my own deeds, not to live as a mere servant.
And
Okay.
what came of that promise?
Hailing from Hyzand, at first I endeavored to learn at the ministry, that I might use the knowledge gained there to help others.
So that might be how she knows Corentin.
But they guard their secrets fiercely, and maintain strict control over what fields their students can pursue.
Mm-hmm.
As much as it pained me to leave my home, I could not suffer such stifling rules, and so set forth to Esfrost. I took quickly to learning at the archives, where independent study is encouraged. I spent days in the stacks, soaking up as much knowledge as I could. When one day...
Princess Frederica came in.
You are the one called Gila, yes?
Svarog.
Yes, my lord.
They tell me you're the most talented researcher the archives have ever seen.
Okay.
I couldn't say that, my lord. Though I do spend more time here than most anyone else.
Admirable modesty. And you aren't frightened of me. Most impressive.
And you are frightened of me, most
I
impressive.
believe we have a suitable role for you. Come with me. The Archduke
Oh.
would have a word.
The Archduke? But...
No harm will come to you, if that is your fear. Now, follow me.
Alright, come with me. You've read too many books, you're too smart. That's basically what that sounds like to me.
Lord Svarog had arranged an
Yeah,
audience
Svarog,
with the
okay.
former Archduke of Esfrost, who appointed me as Frederica's personal tutor.
Okay, so she's more of a
She
tutor.
was the former Archduke's daughter, so I took my duty seriously. Yet I could never shake the feeling that I had betrayed my ideals. Perhaps I justified it by telling myself that my teachings could plant the seed for change.
An indirect approach, but an active one nonetheless.
The chance was unexpected, to be sure, but I could not very well deny it. The Archduke's successor, Gustadov, was a man that paid no heed to birth or blood. He effected a change in people's attitudes, a change which provided fertile ground in which my teachings could take root.
Nice.
Thus, I stayed by Frederica's side. Truth be told, I had not thought to be with her for this long. And yet, here I am. Life is truly a journey of unforeseen
True,
destinations.
because Frederica's older now. She doesn't really need a tutor. It's more of you're her companion now. Or your lady in waiting kind of situation. Interesting. Let's see what else we can find out about our band of heroes.
Working hard again today, I see. How fares the research?
It progresses, and shall continue to do so, provided you remain out of my way.
Ugh, rude, Corentin.
Never one to mince words, are you? What is it you're researching exactly?
Your questioning remains distressingly inefficient. As I explained just yesterday, I'm exploring something truly groundbreaking.
And I'm asking you precisely how and why it's groundbreaking.
That would entail a thorough explanation of surface melting on ice crystals, one even you could understand.
Rude, dude. That's rude.
There, I would have to explain how the quasi-liquid film on said crystal can then be thermodynamically stabilized.
Talking like an engineer.
All right. You win. I'm sorry I asked. But I can tell by your attitude all this work isn't good for you. You should join me for a swig of wine.
Oh dear.
I'd rather not.
And why not?
Research has shown that wine inhibits the brain's higher functions.
Fewer words, more wine. A glass might shake a brilliant new idea out of that massive head of yours.
But my precious research!
Erebor strong-arming him drinking.
All I desire is to carry out my research without interruption. Are you listening, Eredor? My research on my terms. Why can they not grant me this one thing?
Yeah, well...
This cannot stand, Eredor. You hold me out here, yet you haven't so much as haven't touched your glass.
Oh, so you're an angry drunkard, are you? Lovely.
Me? A drunkard? Balderdash. It's the damn ministry.
Oh my.
There are restrictions and secrecy. How are we to move forward if we can't share our techniques? Am I wrong?
You're damned right. As always, of course, about everything.
Sin on all that knowledge and skills is... It's not good. Worse than me locking myself up here.
I wonder if it's because he...
Silence. Thought the poor fool would never shut up. Right then. Off to bed with you.
I wonder if it's because he's died so many times in battles. That he's that way. Oh man. That's funny. Let's see who's next. Oh, Eanes.
Tome is an apprentice's resource, if I'm not mistaken. Are you studying ironworking?
Yes, I borrowed it some time ago from the archives in the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. I haven't had a chance to return it. What with
I
the
don't think
state
we're
of
gonna be going
affairs
back
being
to
as it is.
Frosty anytime soon. I think it's yours to keep, dude. I'm just gonna say that.
Ian's? I can't remember the last time you privileged us with a visit.
Well, my weapons aren't going to forge themselves. But now that I've a respite from my days of sweat and flame, I thought I'd continue my studies.
You hunger for knowledge the way a fire hungers for kindling.
I'd never have become the blacksmith I am if not for what I gleaned from these tomes. If it takes a lifetime of studying and striving to forge the perfect weapon, then so be it. One day, all will know the name of Ian's, the greatest smithy the realm has
Giens.
ever
Okay,
seen.
Giens, not Eanes. Giens. Okay.
That is all well and good, but would you mind proclaiming that a little more quietly?
Yes, apologies.
Giens.
In my excitement, I quite forgot I was in a library.
I must say, I can't help but admire your burning ambition. But while we're speaking in hushed tones, our army has been anything but quiet as of late. You forge weapons for them, yes? Might you have any insight into the matter?
I wish I did, but I have scant time for the goings-on outside my own small forge.
Yeah.
Though, now that you mention it, my orders from the army have increased.
Could it be that they're preparing for war?
Usually.
As if a war could break out on the eve of our three nations' grand new venture.
Indeed. That would be unthinkable.
Yeah. Nothing bad could ever happen there.
Frost's sudden attack on Glenbrook confirmed my worst fears. And once the war started, I could forget about returning this book.
There you go. Ian, you're right.
But I still hope to. One day, when peace has returned to our realm.
Could you imagine the late fees on such an overdue book?
Fight by my side till it does.
Without hesitation, my lord.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, the number one way they suggest that you learn something new is actually by reading. So it's hard to imagine reading. Reading's boring and it's so cumbersome. But reading is actually a really good way to obtain knowledge. Then the second part of it is, depending on, you know, the theoretical knowledge you gain, is the practical, doing what you read. So I highly suggest you read even just 1 or 2 pages, an internet article or something, and then try things out if you have the ability to, in a safe way.
You should be able to use that arm just fine in no time.
Many thanks, lad. You truly are a talented one.
Oh, so Narv is a healer. It's pretty awesome.
My apologies for treating you like an intruder the other day.
Think nothing of it, my good man. If you need anything else, I'm more than happy to help.
Nice. That's nice of Narv. Nice of him to say he's, and big of him to say he's, sorry.
Did you learn everything from your grandfather?
You bet I did. The Archmage Grandante taught me everything I know.
Grandante. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Narv.
Ask away.
I was in Hyzand for a short time, studying at the Ministry. No doubt you know it's considered the greatest authority in this world when it comes to matters arcane. Their library contains everything from records of magically enhanced soldiers to technical tomes and much, much more. Their chronicles on the history of magic, too, were the most comprehensive in our realm. And yet, I do not recall seeing even a single mention of a mage named Grandante. One would think the achievements of such a powerful sorcerer would be recorded somewhere. Why are they not?
She's pulling on that thread. I don't know.
Those awful Hyzantians. Truly, they have no shame.
Narv?
The chronicles you speak of? In truth, they were written by my grandfather's own hand.
What?
But then why is he not credited by name?
He refused to do the research the former Hierophant ordered of him, and was branded a heretic and unbeliever. They erased his name and achievements from the records, and made it like he never existed at all. He was then banished from the city and died in exile. His name all but forgotten.
Well,
It's all
that
their
sucks.
fault no one knows of the Archmage Grandante.
I had no idea.
These robes I wear were once his. They're the only remaining proof that he once walked this realm.
So you carry his memory with you everywhere you go.
I promised myself I would make the Archmage Grandante's name known around the world.
Ba-da-da. Good for you,
So
Narv.
I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked before, until all in the realm know his story. And in the process, I'll become the greatest mage this world has ever seen.
That's the spirit.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks, Gila. Just you watch, Grandfather. I'm going to make you proud.
Okay, so some backstory. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know if you guys care about the backstories. I care about the backstories. I'm recording them just so you guys can see them and enjoy them with me. Let's jump right into the side story, and then we'll do that main story, and then I think that's going to be the end of our episode.
So it appears the Duchy intends to capture Glenbrook.
They want to try.
Prince Roland slipped from their grasp and fled to Wolford.
The ink on the treaty is barely dried, and they're already declaring war.
And what's more, there's a price on Prince Roland's head. It has spurred the masses into movement.
They will bear their fangs at us in time. We cannot leave them to their own devices.
I see this as a wonderful opportunity. We can make it clear how we stand after the Salt Iron War.
Aye.
Oh,
And I much
man.
prefer to extinguish embers than a raging inferno.
It sounds like you intend to start a war.
Calm yourselves. There is no need to get so worked up over this. It is true that this grave matter may one day affect Hyzant.
Uh-huh.
But it is in times like these that we must trust the Hierophant's words more than ever.
True. Interesting. We'll see how that shakes out. And then now we are left with only the main story. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully good. Well. Seamon's still bedridden.
Father, please open your eyes.
Oh no.
There's so much I wish to ask you.
Lord Serenoa.
I cannot let Father hear how weak I've become. I must be strong.
I don't think you're weak. You just took out Avlora. We just took out Avlora.
Master Benedict, you have a visitor.
Who is it?
Lord Silvio Tellior. He wishes for an audience with Lord Serenoa.
Oh, does he now?
What business would the Lord of House Tellior have with me? Tell him we will be there shortly.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Every day is busier than the last.
We haven't had a moment to catch our breath.
Tellior is one of the great houses, and he didn't lift a finger
You are doing a fine job as head
to
of
help.
House Wolfort, Lord Serenoa. Your father would be proud if he could see you now.
Oh,
I could
dear.
not do it without you, Benedict. Thank you.
I think eventually we lose Benedict. I just see that coming, which is why I'm so gun-shy to give him upgrades. And there's Tellior coming in. Alright, we'll pick this up next episode. Busy Gamer Dad doing a more narrative-driven on our Triangle Strategy playthrough. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one where we progress the story a little bit more and find out what the proposal is from the House Tellior. Alright, later.